Alexandra,
Hey, Julian, how you doing?
fresh off a nap.
Oh, I didn't wake you up, did I?
No, I was already kind of knowing I was gonna come back,
Oh, okay.
but I had no concept of time. I didn't know what time it was. Like, then I heard your voice and I was like, oh, it's that time. It's that time.
Well, today was really good. I presented the vision, the notes to my boss. However, I put mine in the email. She wasn't feeling well today, so she wasn't there. I still sent it in the email to her. I told her that I was looking to create a plan with you and then go over it with the leadership group and stuff like that, since we planned together once me and you created, and then have her put her vision on it for the Illuminati club that I'm looking to start up.
Okay.
I told her I'm not in a rush to hear back from her because she may have some thoughts or some feedback that she want me to inform you about or anything like that. So I told her I'm not in a rush, but as soon as I hear back from her about it, I'm gonna give you the message.
Okay. Okay.
How
That's
was your day?
um good. I mean,
Tiring.
I'm gonna always say good. I don't know that I can think of a day that I'll say bad. um, well, I guess the day I don't know. It's gonna be it's good no matter. I guess it's good. It's good. It's been good.
How is it coming along for the students?
Good. I like we've. I think that we got a good relationship. And I measure that by saying we joke around, like
Mhm.
we got good rapport. We joke around. We can talk. Um, um, I don't have any complaints in terms of
Mhm.
like our relationship. Um, so it's good. It's good. Tomorrow we have an event. Tomorrow
Where
the
is that
team
going to take place at?
at our center, the teen
Okay.
girls have like a community service project. They're gonna be creating packages for homeless women, like with feminine products.
Awesome. That's one of the things, like back when COVID shut down, me and the female I work with in the office too, me and her, we created a plan for to do that. But ours consisted of one for homeless men and one for homeless women, but we haven't got a chance to do them yet.
Okay. So yeah, one of our employees is hosting it.
Hmm.
She's calling it "We Matter." Period. I like that. um, so that's what the girls doing, and then in the other building, I'm gonna be hosting the game day. So tomorrow's like our first day of attempting a game day of some sort. So
Hmm.
I invited a lot of adult volunteers, and I didn't get to. So our printer kept jamming up this week, so I didn't hand out nearly as many flyers that I would have liked to hand out, um, because it's been jamming up.
But it's still good that you initiated, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you initiate getting the flyers out. Because how many do you usually print when you print the handout?
I don't know. Miss Paris, she's the one that does it, and I don't really care.
Got you.
She tells me I'm like she's like anywhere. Sometimes it's 75, sometimes it'll be like 100 or whatever.
That's a good number.
Um, so, but she hasn't been able to print them, so it's like we didn't get as many out there as I would have liked. Um, and it's a numbers thing, the more you get out, then the more likely you are to get one person to come in.
Hmm.
So, um, I'm I'm excited about tomorrow. Tomorrow will be like a good day to kind of get a game day. Like so for me, like whenever I do events, I'm like I never judge myself on it. You know, like it's like I can other people will I was asked if I had an agenda. No, I ain't got no agenda. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
You
Um,
just kind of like literally like go with the flow or whatever.
well, here's the thing. It's like the most important thing I'm trying to be concerned about is the environment that I'm creating. And
Mm-hmm.
then the my audience is young people. And in this case, like young people don't really want to be having like a start and a finish and like it's like they want to come to a fun spot where they could play games, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what I want to create. Now I can once they're there, then I want to be able to freestyle it. Like I want to be able to approach them informally. I don't want I don't like so friends like today, for instance, one of the teams saying, "Hey, you didn't introduce me to so and so," and then she was like, "Yeah, but don't do it like they did it before, where they make the new person say their name and talk about them." And I get that. It's like just let it happen, naturally. Now, granted, I still introduce the person, but without any of the pressure, like just kind of like in passing. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just like you know I like the idea of being able to like just create spaces for people to like be themselves without having to like feel they gotta think or do anything extra. Now if they think and they do anything extra, then that's bonus. That's on them.
Right.
But it's like um I'm okay if they they come and they don't participate, but maybe they come again and then the next time they participate.
That makes sense.
Um it's just like I'm just confident that all we're like if we create the space for young people to want to hang out and have a good time, they'll come eventually. The word of
Mm-hmm.
mouth will get around and they'll come. And tomorrow I'm gonna focus on just capturing it. So whoever does show up is just take videos and just I got my have all the gaming stations hooked up and
Now,
um,
what time will you make it home tomorrow?
early. So tomorrow
Okay.
is 9 to 1.
Okay, then. So you'll be still be able good to meet her and stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
tomorrow night. Okay. That's cool.
No matter what, I'm gonna be on here.
That's what's up. Because today I was like, I laughed around like, because my mentor, he put me, he helped me, well, he gave me this binder for my math. So I got my paper in there. This math workbook that he helped put together for me, my study plan. And I ended up leaving like around 3 p.m. I worked, sent my boss my professional development update, and I ended up leaving. But they were really happy for they're really really happy for me, and it's good to see someone who started with you from the beginning and they notice like your progress and like they so happy. Like that made me even happier.
Nice.
So that really made my day today. And then I just kind of talked to my sister on the phone earlier. Today I looked over some math, a math video and things like that and stuff. I kind of just really put organize my study plan, how I'm going to do math and how I'm going to utilize it without overworking myself, overworking my mind. I know I'm going to go full force into it because I don't want to wait till, I know graduation is like in June, but I don't want to wait till the end of April to start taking practice tests and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I'm in the beginning of February. I feel like in a few weeks, I should take me a practice test to see where I'm at. And I already got that paid for. It's in my module. So the only thing I would have to do is just pay for it.
Hmm.
And it'll work out pretty good.
Okay. So what did you have in mind in terms of like your study schedule? So I think that it's a good idea for you just to talk about it. Because it's like I look forward to being able to go back to these videos and
Okay.
watching them.
What I did today was I printed out a calendar thing. It's a calendar.
Hmm.
It's actually a math crash course class. that I got offline. I'm also in the GED classes, but I'm only in there Mondays and Wednesdays for maybe like my class lasts for like an hour. My teacher also print me worksheets and stuff. So I have that material as well. And then I am also working. I'm going to start off too, which I plan on doing tonight once our meeting is over with. I'm going to start in the iPad. It's called iPathways, which is the online web that we can use and get class hours credited for. I'm going to start on that to see kind of like what I really need to focus on in terms of that, and see how the way that they explain exponents compared to the way the video crash course does and stuff, because that's kind of where I'm at now. And I'm just going to kind of gradually just work along, because one thing I like about iPathways when I'm studying and doing work in there is when I get towards the end of the module, like it grades itself and it shows me what I got wrong.
Is iPathways an adult education?
For GED, TAS, it's a nonprofit. It's you can search it too, like Google it, iPathways, Google it.
Okay. Let me, would you remember to send me an email about it?
Sure.
Yeah, because like right now my main focus is the teen program, but
if there anyone looking to get their GED, that would be something good. Like if you ever wanted to teach out of it, you could teach from it.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about iPathways then. So it's
iPathways has writing, has language arts reading, it has, which is 2 separate modules. It has math, science, and social studies. It has everything that's literally on the GED test from the reading concept. And I've been studying in there.
It's a website.
And you make an account.
Okay.
You make an account you make an account for each student. It corrects itself. You, as being an instructor, will be like on the other end. You'll be able to go in, see each assignment that I do, what my scores are, how I'm doing, and like if someone was to teach in there, like literally the only thing they would have to do is just pull it up on the screen and just start teaching from there. You know what I mean? But it has vocab words for each unit. So as I'm going, that's one thing I like about iPathways. And I'm going to do that as well too, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down my vocab and definitions and things like that and stuff too.
Okay, so it says that it's like a distant learning.
Okay. And we also get class time for it. Like, say like if I work 5 hours on the weekend on iPathways, I get that kind of as regular class time.
Okay. Is iPathways a free program?
I think it's like when you're assisted with like a nonprofit, like I don't have to pay for it because I'm a student. But like with your program, I think if your program was to make like an account with it or something and get so many or something, I'm not for sure how that works. But it'll be to the point where if you all was to establish it and get it, you'll be able to give it to the students for free.
Okay. So yeah.
But it's something, it's really good. I like it, Julian, and I've been working through it for all my subjects on top of other study plans.
Okay. Say that again, that what?
I've been working through it for each subject, and I think it's really good for like reading, for social studies. It helped me with my social studies, science, like it's really good.
I'm gonna have to look more into it. Let me get out of here. Go tell Jaden. What you want? Yeah. So, cause
I'm sorry, I'm taking my hair down because when
fine.
I go to bed tonight, I don't want to have to deal with it tomorrow.
You wanna come say hi?
Hi, Juju. You gonna see me looking rough?
Yeah. You wanna say hi? Hi. Say hi, Alexandra.
I can't see you, Juju.
Alexandra.
Hey, Juju.
Say hi, Alexandra.
Hi, Alexandra.
Hi, Juju. You see my hair?
Look at her hair.
And this one green.
Is it green? You showing her your green shirt?
Are you being good, Juju?
She's saying you being good.
a chance to take them to the center yet?
No, not Juju.
Not
And not
Juju.
Janine either. Like I'm looking forward to taking Janine, which we still gotta coordinate because like so me and Jaden drive to we've been driving now to go to school.
Okay, that's good. How's that working out? Coming along for you?
Well, I'm not having to bike, but yeah, I still gotta sleep. You know what I'm saying? It's a bit strange, you know, but I know that my mind has been very active. You know, my mind's been active while I've been at home, but this is a different kind of active.
Mm-hmm.
And I really feel like I have a lot of thoughts that are in my mind when it comes to work.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know I have like a portfolio for each student, and I feel like in my thoughts I'm trying to think about every student at the same time while trying to recruit, while trying to have be ready for them when they come from school. So I feel like I'm thinking a lot about a lot of stuff. So however, I feel like I would use the word catching up, you know. So I'm excited about catching up, meaning that the time, like every day when I get to work, I take out my notes from the previous day, and like I'm having less and less notes, which means that I'm catching up. And then things are, you know, so I take a lot of written notes. I don't really like using the computer too much. I guess I'm old school. And then what happens
I take a lot of written notes too. Like I'm on my second notebook, but you know what I'm gonna do with this? Once I start building more notebooks, I'm gonna get tubs, and I got like a shed out here. I'm gonna get tubs, and I'm gonna start like keeping my stuff stored inside of there, because I'm gonna be able to look back and reflect on all of this. You know what I mean?
So I keep all my notes. Like I keep all my notes, all my and I've done this before and I never went through them, and I wonder if I still have them. I'm not sure. But I'm keeping like all my notes, just because what I decided some years ago was that I'm gonna draw over my notes.
Got you. Like the little when you say draw over your notes, do you mean like the little cards that you have, or like what?
So no, so um I don't like to waste. I don't like to waste. So the little cards, I'll draw on those, but then I don't think I have any here. So well, this is what I mean. Let me see. I'll find a sheet. So let's say this one. You see how you see some writing on it? Boom, right there. So then what I'm gonna do is I'll choose a different, that's black. So I'll choose like a purple or some light colors, and then I'll draw on top of it, where I'll cover up some of the letters or words or whatever. And then I'll create a picture on top. So then a person can look at the piece of paper and then see what I drew on top. But then if they really want to look, they can see my notes from behind it, whatever is visible. So instead of using a white piece of paper, like a blank piece of paper, I'm just drawing on top of my notes. And then I'm doing that for a couple reasons. Number one, when I redraw over it, I go over my notes, like, oh, look what I was talking about, look what I was thinking about. And then number two is then I create an art piece on top of it. So as in some future, if there is someone that
like when you create your art piece, do you just use drawings, or do you like paint, or do you like use like color pencils? Like what is your motive like when you do that?
Marker is my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've done colored pencil, but marker is my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, marker is my favorite.
I don't know, like drawing and stuff. Like I'm not very artistic, but it's like soothing though. Like I've been to an art gallery, like it's a small art gallery here, and one day I just went in there and I just kind of walked around, and it was just kind of like it's soothing to just look at the different art, and you can visualize, you know what I mean? Or like if someone come and tell you about it, and tell you, because behind every art piece there's a certain meaning, a certain meaning from the artist.
Yeah.
I can't see that, Julie.
No, I'm trying to see if I get the right angle.
Oh, okay. Now I can see it. That's dope. It's like a crown and like a It looks like it reminds me like a shape of a Joker.
Yeah. So, but if you look at the details, it looks like a face, but it's not. It's not really eyes. Like I use different shapes to kind of make it look like a face. So like I like doing art with just to make it look like if it's a face, but it's not really a face.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it's so I'm not doing like realistic art.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like abstract. So so I enjoy doing it, and since like I can't make mistake because it's abstract art, so I just draw over it. I have to find an example because it's so that you could see. um hmm, I got it in the garage. But yeah, anyway, I'll show you an example so that you can see what I mean. But basically I like drawing over my nose. um and at work I keep up with all my notes, and then what I was saying is, so what I end up doing is um I take notes, but my notes aren't like very organized. They're just notes. They're like notes on like things I got to do, like everyday things I got to do. And then as I do them, and I don't do other, like I don't do everything on my list. So then I got to take what I don't do and I got to write it again on the new piece of paper. So that's
Now,
why
do
I'm
you
always,
transfer do you literally like transfer like everything on there, or you just transfer that?
yeah,
I do that too. Like if I've taken notes in the past and like I feel like I messed up on it or something, or I need to redo it or something like that, like I will literally like just say skip it and just recopy it and put it in my own way how I would like to do it.
so let's say that again. I don't know what you mean.
Like say I write in some notes and then I feel like I messed up or I didn't put what I needed to put in there. I'll redo them.
So this is what I mean by it. Like so for instance, I'll write um uh need to review grades, need to review student grades.
Okay.
Uh work on meal service program. And then I'll just make a list. The stuff that I don't do, then I'll rewrite on a new piece of paper for the next day. Instead of just keeping that paper, like, well, I might keep it for a couple days where I'll read from it, but I'm creating a new paper where then I'll move whatever I didn't do, I'll move it to the new one.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like a to-do list almost, or like, and it's like a mix, like it's to-do list mixed with notes. Like I may have phone, basically whatever happens during that day, like I may get a phone number, I'll put it on the piece of paper. So then I'll have to transfer everything from that piece of paper into a new piece of paper. And then when it goes into the new piece of paper, sometimes I'll separate, like I'll be like, okay, I'll put this on this paper, but then I'll put this information on another piece of paper. So it's a way of me, that way I don't gotta remember it. So like if I don't have my notes, like I'll be way off in a day. Because I depend.
So it's like basically like something for you to go by.
Yeah, I depend on my notes heavily. Like so because I basically like I gotta keep up with my email too. And
How do you keep up with your email though? Or you have Jaden kind of look out for it sometimes for you?
No,
Or?
I haven't been able to figure out how to use him to help me with the email yet. I literally have an assistant. That's how much I don't like emails. And it's because well, like I'll read them and then I usually don't respond right away, so I have to make a note, respond to the email. Like I make notes saying, reminding me to respond to emails. And then every day I go through my emails. Like when I look at my emails when I.
Now, do you use your personal email for your work email?
No, I have a work email. But then I have my personal email and I bounce back and forth. but I said I gave up on my personal email. So like, I don't even know what I'm getting there. And like, I can't keep up with both emails. So that's why I don't see a lot of the stuff you're sending. I just can't keep up with it.
You sound like you need you an assistant. You need to hire you an assistant, Julian.
Well, so here's the thing. The platform I've been working with Jaden allows me to work without having an assistant. Because I get to see
That's
this.
good.
What the problem is, it's not set up the way that I like to see it. So that's why I'm excited about the platform, is because then I can form it how I want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't. But I'll still probably get overwhelmed with messages anyway. But it's set up in a way where then I can, like, I don't have like on the platform, I'm not gonna have a personal email box.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have a box that people can post, and then other people can see. That's what it's called, open mail. And the idea behind open mail is that it's like a public email. Like, I don't like the idea of having a private email, because like, why do I need a private email?
Right.
I don't need everything is public anyway. And then if it's public, then other people can help me go through my email.
Which is true.
But yeah, I definitely would like to have some sort of assistant that could go through my email. But I haven't figured out how to really like I don't want to, Jaden wouldn't be the best, because that would be work for him. Like he would have to think a lot to do that. And he, I don't want to put no more addition. I don't want to
put a lot of pressure on him and stuff for.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Like, he's doing a lot, and I'm just happy that, like, isn't it so dope that he gets to go to work with me? Like, I think
that's like real dope. And the fact that, like, I told my boss, like, I'm gonna be working with Julian's son to, start off with, and she would just kind of look like, but it's going well, you know what I mean? Like, Tuesdays, I feel like it's a good day for us to do our facilitation teachers training. And then I was gonna speak to my boss about me coming in. I come in on Fridays already, but to come in on Thursdays as well, because I feel like if I come in on if I'm able to come in on Thursdays, I could be in the office by myself. Because I know I talk loud, and I don't want to be putting myself on a time limit or nothing. I could just close the office door, because I don't have a problem with working with someone in the office with me. But I feel like out of respect of everything,
they may not be able to focus for that hour, and that's not fair that they lose that hour because you're
right. Then who's to say she may get a phone call or anything? We like in a business setting, so it's like I'm not trying to limit what she has going on in the office. Like today, we were in the office together. It's pretty cool. We talk about our plans, our meetings throughout the week, and different things of that nature.
So yeah, the fact that he goes to work with me is like, so okay. So the platform is like his future work. Like that's gonna be his career, right? Like he's into technology, and he's the CEO of a social media educational platform, gaming platform, is all of it in one. So, and then I designed it, and he did all the coding, so to speak. Like, he put it together. So I visually designed it, and then he put it there. So he's been able to peek into my brain, so to speak, right? Like I've given him my vision, and he's put it onto something visual. And then now he's working with me in the program, and he's literally watching me recruit. Like, he's watching me do this program from the start, from day one to whatever it's going to turn into. And then he's been helping me with the Zooms from day one. So it's like he's getting all the experience on how to get something going, and I'm just excited about it, because it's like, I think it's like such a unique experience. Like, I can't think of I haven't read about anyone else that has a similar experience like this. You know, so I think it's pretty unique. And it puts him in like, man, like by the time he's 18, he's gonna be able to like he'll be able to build on my work, but he's 18 years old, you know. And then it's almost like I've been a consultant for him. Like
I think that's a really good thing, because like even like me training with you, sometimes I feel like I know like in your past, like you know, you worked your way through like youth bill, through the program and things like that. But I feel like it's a really good thing that I'm able to like come on here on live and meet with you and discuss just like all different type of topics, ways for me to learn how to assist the students from someone who has actually been through the program as a student, worked their way all the way up, went to college, you know what I mean? Like you've completed, I mean, like I'm not going for like the same degrees you're going through, but you completed the goals that I am trying to achieve. And it's dope because like I get to hear like the true value of it. You know what I mean? Because when you talking, you're not just talking from being a program director point of view. You're not just talking from being a staff member or a construction. You're talking about from being a student, because that's where you started at. You know what I mean? Like when you make things and when you point things out, and it's like it always be like student focus, because every time I get advice on you to do something and I go in there and I do it for the students, like they be super happy. Like I get to talking to them. I'm like, make sure y'all bring a friend, tell a friend. Man, now all I've been seeing there lately is people with their friends hanging together. And I'm like, these are the new students. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so dope. You know what I mean? Like, I was telling my mentor that, like, I seen it. I was like, this dope. This is really, really dope. I'm like, it's paying off.
And sometimes people don't realize like a lot of emphasis is put into like the program and like accomplishing ABC. And I think that's important, but it's also important not to lose focus that we're all here for the student. And if we meet them where they are, then we can take them where we'd like for them to go. You know, if they're willing to go there, if they're willing to allow us to go on that journey with them. So yeah, you know, I really like the idea of student-centered. Um, and really student-centered, like at least for me, like I'm from a mental health perspective, is like at I use the word at the end of the day, or like the main goal is to be able to build relationship. You know what I mean? Like it's to want, like for instance, you, right? One day you should be in a position where you can hire some of your young people if you have the ability, because that's ultimately what matters. Is like, you know, we're all trying to get some education so that we can be able to get a good paying job so that we can take care of our families, you know. And the education part is fun and all for us, right? And for others, but ultimately what we're trying to do is provide for our families, you know. And I rather work for you than for somebody else. And I hope that you can make it so that you can be like a door for other people to be able to make it.
And another thing I'm happy about is the fact that I have met you, because if I ever have students who want to go to this part of the US and work at this youth bill or become an AmeriCorps member there, or they're moving or something, like, hold on, wait a minute, let me talk to Julian real quick and see who is in a circle that can be put into effect. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't realize. I ain't gonna say I didn't realize. I didn't know how big Youth Bill was
Yeah.
until I started meeting them. Then when I met all the people that you had brought to the table, and I went to COIL this year, we had virtual COIL. Like right, that was right before I had met you. We had virtual COIL. And that was my first time. My boss had invited me to go there, but your circle when all that when I seen all those
you did the COIL virtually.
Yeah. I went in there and I had did it and stuff. And we did like breakout groups and different things of that nature and stuff. But it was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like when I met all of your people and stuff, I'm like, That first meeting, when I told my story, I'm like, wow, there's a lot of people on there, because I was a little nervous at first because but since I've been like meeting with you now, like I in our meetings at work and stuff, like our Zoom meetings and stuff, I always be talking. Like when I'm caught up on, like I don't just start just talking, but like I have no issue with talking now from like meeting on here and stuff.
Right.
I feel like it's like a sense of growing for me. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm growing from it.
And like I want to be able to remind you that if you could talk here, you could talk anywhere, because this is like
I'm noticing that, and I was wondering the other day. I said to myself, I said, you know what? Julian just kept saying conversation. He was like, no, we ain't gonna go off no, what do you call that? Outline? No, what do you call that? Not an outline, but an agenda. We're not gonna go off agenda. We just gonna have a conversation, focus on that, and see how that aligns with each other. To me, it's been flowing pretty good because I noticed when I'm in other Zoom meetings, now I host the Leadership Ambassador Group meeting. Like, now I'm hosting meetings, so I'm like, okay, this is getting kind of, and I'm pretty sure in the future, like when I get a laptop and stuff like that, I'll be able to go in and, put my little screen up, how you do yours and different things like that and stuff. Yeah. But on my Chromebook, like I can do certain things like that. It's just that it's like super slow and it freezes it right up.
And then one thing that I want to tell you so that you can be able to get confidence from, and you'll get more practice as we interview people, is having knowing how to have personal conversations, like getting in people's business, gives you a certain confidence, because then you'll realize that no matter the position, like no matter their rank or their status or whatever, they're just regular people, who got regular everyday problems. And at any moment you can go there with them, meaning, oh, so let's talk about your relationship, or let's talk about your love life, or and then to be able to do that can humble a person, because sometimes people hide behind their titles. But nah, man, like we just talking, that's all we doing. And I bet you, like, there's people that will show confidence, but then they'll choose not to talk about certain stuff. And then for me, that's where I get my confidence. Like, listen, we can talk and whatever, but I know I can go there with you. I know I can find that sensitive point where you're gonna be just like everyone else, meaning we're all the same. We all have had issues in friendship or in love. We've all been searching for our purpose, and then that makes everybody the same at that level. It's like ain't nobody better than nobody else. Like we could be interviewing a rocket scientist, and it doesn't make them no better than us. It's just that they were passionate about pursuing a specific path, and they accomplished it. But at the basics, friendship, love, and purpose, we all on the same level, regular humans.
That's true.
So
that's true though. Like, and a lot of people, they don't like see it. And like now, like I was just doing like a self-reflection on the journal. I told myself, I said, I know, like for the past couple of days, like I haven't really had time to write. So I thought to at least be able to sit myself at least 3 to 5 minutes of just writing a night, just like to reflect on my day. But I feel like that it's healthy for me. Like when I write, I know other people have a sense of thing, like yours may be drawing. You know how you got your art?
Yeah, I really
mine is writing, and a lot of people like it's like I can give me a nice cold bottle of water, Julian, a nice pack of pens and some paper, and just be in relaxed mode and like just go to work, which is like writing. But that's what I like to do. Like that's what I enjoy. You know what I mean? Like I prefer to do that than play a video game or read a book. I'm not gonna throw my books away like that. But
yeah.
but if I were just to choose, but yeah, and I can go back and forth from each one.
Yeah. And I like, the reason I like to draw is because you ever heard like a picture's worth 1,000 words?
Yep, all the time.
So it's like I get to draw, and I love including words in my drawing because they're notes. All my drawings are really notes. They really are notes. It's like my drawing is like a symptom of my memory. Like for whatever reason, my memory doesn't work the way everybody else's memory works. Like I feel like I got information overload at some point,
Mhm.
and then that's hard for people to understand. And at some point, I'll probably talk more about it. But it's like I don't got no more space, Alexandra. There's
Mhm.
no more space in my head to keep up. So I don't. It's hard for me to keep up. I can only keep certain information in my head, and it's like I literally feel like there's limited space. So then I have to write it on paper, and then I have to rewrite it. And then once I see a picture, it's easier for me to store pictures in my head. Um, so
Like your own mind photo album, like in your mind or something like that.
yeah, and then that's why like whenever I can talk forever about power and purpose and love but it's because I got shortcuts on that make me remember. Like to
Mhm.
save time, like sociality, vibe, experience, that like that.
And another thing that plays a huge part with is all of the reading that you have accumulated in your lifetime too. And a lot of people don't see that because I thought to myself earlier as I was creating for Jaden, I sent him his homework, but I created 5 words with definitions and examples. And with him building vocabulary, because I know he's working on his drawing on the other words and doing them 10 times. But in the meantime, until he submits the drawings to me, which will probably be like in the next week is when I expect it because I don't want to rush him too much, especially with him doing creativity. But I feel like the following week, at least by the end of the week, then his assignments can be due.
Yeah, yeah. Just be on him because he'll procrastinate. That's one thing I noticed because he could
Oh,
get.
he a procrastinator?
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm getting him about that. I'm gonna get him about that. I'm gonna get him about
He'll
that.
wait till but the thing is, I'm not upset about it because he got a lot going on. Like, so whenever he's home, I know this is a chance to kind of play or whatever.
That's a little grown man. He got a lot going. That's a businessman.
For real. And then he loves going like so he's been working at this bodega doing like their inventory or whatever. He loves going to work, like, because she gives him a couple dollars, whatever. So he'll buy his like with his last little money, he bought a card, like a Nintendo Switch card. He put money on his Nintendo Switch so
Mm-hmm.
he could like I guess purchase a game or whatever. Um but yes, but I know that when he gets home, I think he wants to just, do him, play his video games and not focus on like work stuff. But he has time at school. But I when he's at school, I also when the other teens come, I try not to give him any work so that he can hang out with the teens, so that he can,
Mm-hmm.
you know, be able to like spend time with them. Even though they be on their phones, like so there's a policy that they shouldn't be on their phone, but I haven't been enforcing it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk about it that way they know, like, we talk about it. Because that's been one of the bad. Look, I just jumped on conversation from one conversation to the other. So
Mm-hmm.
that's been part of the problem is like, so I heard that some teams don't want to come because of all the rules. And I get it. Like, who wants to go from a bunch of rules to more rules?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I've been trying to be more lenient on rules and trying to figure out what's the best, like how to best um how to maintain order without having to have so much rules. So I let them keep their phones. I haven't been collecting their phones. Um, and they like to have their phone and talk while they have their phone. And I'm okay with that. But I know that other adults aren't so okay with that. You know what I mean? But I'm okay with that. And I'm happy that they're there, and I'm happy that they're happy to be there. And I
Mm-hmm.
think adults sometimes don't really understand that. It's like, aren't like, can we be happy that they're here? Like they could be out in the street but these are really good kids. So I don't even if they weren't there, I don't even think they'd be out in the street. They'd be at home playing video games or, you know, chatting on their phones. And that's another thing too, is like this generation is like, you got a lot of good kids that no one really wants to be out in the street like that, you know? They rather be on their phone. Like the new street is the phone.
You right about that though too, cause like my son, Julian, that's all he be doing. Like he got that phone like glued to him, and then he got a newer phone, which my mom had got him a while back, iPhone 11. And like he can do everything on that phone, like everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he glued to his phone 24/7. He got Snapchat, but you know I'm not into Snapchat.
I'm not into it either.
I got Facebook. I'm cool with Facebook. I know a lot of people be getting on me about Instagram, which I'm thinking about making one soon. But what is
For your writing,
Instagram?
do Instagram for your writing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like it's you could, because if I was you, I would use Instagram for writing, meaning like if you like to write on paper and then take a picture of what you write and then post the picture of what you write. And then you can write about what you wrote or don't write anything about it. But look, Instagram is like a photo album.
That's like a photo album. So it's like you just uploading photos all the time.
And then, yeah, you can upload. It's like you upload. So if you had a photo album, basically that's Instagram. So young people, they don't have photo albums because they're not old like us. So Instagram is their photo album. So if you wanted to see someone's like photo album, you go to their Instagram, and then you got the photo, and then you got some words about the photo.
Now, do you comment on them or no?
I'm just giving you the basics of what Instagram is, but people use it differently, you know? And that's how like the platforms evolve. But I like to use the platforms for me, not really for other people so much. So I use it literally like a photo album for my art and for my children. So I capture like Juju and Janine, I'll capture them, and Jaden sometimes. And I do it art, Janine's art, and then just pictures of them and videos of them. Like, so what I envision is that when I get older, right? Like there's gonna come a time, like I already feel like I don't really want to listen to nothing new. So like I listen to a lot. Like, though, you know how you read a lot, I listen to a lot. And what I'm listening to now is more like now I'm on politics, and I try to get away from it. But I basically like current events. Like, so I'm keeping up with some current events. I kind of ran out of things to listen to, like in terms of like authors. So, you know, I like to listen to authors get interviewed. So, you know, but there's always new videos coming out, but I feel like I heard everything I ever had to hear already. Like, so I'm just doing it. Maybe it's like this. So like one day you're going to be reading and you're going to be like, maybe I don't feel like reading no more. Like, I feel like I read enough and I don't feel like reading no more. That's kind of how I feel about books and audio books. And like, I'm.
Do you ever just take you like a mental break though from it? Like,
the thing is I go from subject to subject, and I run out of subjects to go in. So then what's supposed to happen next is I'm going to eventually just go into my own stuff and only focus on myself. So whenever I like all these videos I haven't gone through, one day I'm going to start only listening to these videos, and I'm going to cut out everybody else. And then I'm going to take notes or create something new based on what I'm listening, like with us. And that's what I'm looking forward to. And then with my Instagram, my Instagram is literally like a video pictorial diary of my life with the children. Like if you go in my Instagram, I got Janine when she was a baby, you know, and I kind of took in pictures of her eating, like everyday stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started including like short clips of authors talking during an interview, like interview clips, and I'll play that in the background while I record them, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like kind of like teaching life lessons. So
Mm-hmm.
then when they get older and they're looking at themselves at the same time, they're listening to what I was listening to at that time,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So it's almost like at some point when I'm ready to go back, I'm gonna go to Instagram and I'm gonna go like the first day and then I'm gonna just start kind of consuming my own content. And it'll be like a way of me remembering everything that's been happening.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's kind of how I've been using social media. But I would say most people don't use social media like that. Um, but all that to say is that at some point, and this is the premise of the platform I've been creating, is that
Mm-hmm.
we should watch ourselves. We should focus
Mm-hmm.
less on other people. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
after you read all these books and all that, you're gonna realize, hmm, like life is about me, you know, and so what am I gonna contribute now? And then you can
Mm-hmm.
get obsessed with um with learning about your like with watching like reading all your own notes
Mm-hmm.
and then coming up with new notes based on your old notes. Like, okay, so
Mm-hmm.
you see, okay, this is what I was thinking then. All right. And then now what can I contribute to my son? Like you have a son, right? Like at some point you may be like, okay, if I had to, if today was my last day, right? What do I want to communicate to him?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so for instance, for me, I've been communicating to my children for a couple years now as if it's my last day. Like, cause I, you know, there was a point in time where I felt like I wasn't gonna be around, like I was not gonna be living anymore, and then I needed to like,
Was that more like of a mental thing, like when you were thinking like that, or was it because something like physically had happened, or was it when you had your accident that
well,
made
yeah,
trigger
I
those
think that
thoughts?
all my accidents have created a mindset of like that, you know. Even though when I was younger, I used to say, "Oh, I'm gonna die young." Avoid that. I don't think that's gonna happen anymore because I'm not so young anymore. So I think I made it
Right.
past the young part.
And by chance, you need to stop thinking like that too. You
Yeah,
shouldn't
yeah,
think.
and I had to train myself on that, like, you know. However, I found the benefit in thinking like that, and the benefit is that I became very used. I mean, I use my time wisely because I was like, okay, well, I got to I got to come up with whatever I got to come up so that I can leave it for Jaden. Like, what's like at one point I said, well, my book is really gonna be, I'm gonna write a book for Jaden, you know, like so that Jaden can be able to look through this and always be able to find himself. Um,
And
and then
Jaden gonna be like by the time he turned like 21, he gonna be unbelievable because he young at such of a young age. I mean, learning at such of a young age. But not only that, he has the hunger to want to learn. You know what I mean? And that's like that's dope.
and what I'm excited about him is that he's interested in stuff that I'm not interested in. Like he's interested in technology in a way that I wasn't interested in
You
technology.
got the next Bill Gates in the making.
That's what, you know, more like Elon Musk or something like that. But that's the whole point. He like I'm excited about the fact that he's like the CEO of a social media platform. So like Mark Zuckerberg slash Elon Musk slash all of them. But
His
he's
name
like,
gonna pop up. You know how you Google a name, his name gonna pop up at the top of that list.
that's right. And he's so young. So it's like I'm
That's
like
what I'm saying. When
when
you
I talk to
young, you
him, it's
got
like,
so
yo, you
much
want to be a young
energy.
billionaire, like you know, that would be, and the reason I'm focusing on that is because it does matter. It didn't matter to me to become a billionaire. Like I didn't focus my life on that, but
Mhm.
he has a product that's a service that could make him a billionaire. You know, like this platform could be the next social media platform. You know, that's my whole vision behind it. And
Mhm.
then it's like, so then why not? Like, and then he's so young too. It's like, man, okay, and that's the thing, is like the idea is like a platform for young people by a young person. You know, I just I basically designed the story behind it. Like I named the different platforms and all this and that. And he's been like the technical person. Um, but I'm just excited to see him step into that role and be able to like oversee it and manage it, like because he's a different personality than me, you know. And then he hasn't even like I'm just kind of trying to like give him an
Are
option.
you more of like a people person? And he more like kind of like laid back?
You know, I don't even know how to answer that these days anymore. Like, I love, like, you know, I love my own time now. You know what I'm saying? Like, my best case scenario, I'm home all day. Like, I don't want to go to work, like at a building. I'd rather be home, and I'd rather be with my kids, and I'd rather be drawing, and I want to leave the house to go play basketball, to go do some MMA, to go hang out with a small group of people. Like, let's say the teens, we go hang out and, you know, keep it simple. Like, I don't want to be around a lot of people. And I really rather be like, I rather live a private life, you know, and I think he rather live a private life too. However, I'm okay being in a social setting, but then I want to be able to, if I'm gonna be in a social setting, then it's gonna be a social setting that I design. Meaning, I want to talk about the things I want to talk about, whether it's like, I want to talk about power. Like, I want to do a team talk. Like, oh, so today I started. Look, I'm jumping from subject to subject. So today I began to plant the idea about the Teen Talk live show. So next week I'm gonna focus my more energy on getting them. I got 2 young ladies that are that are willing to kind of do it. They don't, you know, they don't exactly know what the details are, but I kind of talked to them a little bit about it. But that's kind of like what I would rather do. Like, you know, I like this show. I rather do this for work than go to a building. But I don't mind going to a building. I just don't want to be, I don't want to feel like I got to go to a building every day. That's what I don't like. I don't like the fact that I feel like I got to go to a building every day. But see now, so what's going to happen is as I build staff, right? Like, you know, as the program grows and I can hire staff to do kind of what I'm doing now, then I can play a role from a different position, and I won't be showing up the way I'm showing up. Like, that's what I look forward to not having to clock in and show up. Like, I don't like that. Like, I don't like having to go clock in. Like, that bothers me. I feel like as long as I'm getting my work done, I don't want to have to go clock in, you know.
I feel you, which is understandable.
But really, it's not even that big deal, because now what I just thought about is I'm gonna just have Jaden start clocking me in, because I think I just don't like because I'm already there anyway. You know, I get there on time and I leave late. So I get there early and I leave late already. So it's not
now,
like.
Are you salary, or is that if you work overtime, you get overtime too?
No, well, we can't do overtime.
Got you.
Yeah, we can't do overtime. And then so in March, like in 1 month, will be my 90 days. Oh snap! So look, I'm at 60 days right now. So, and I feel good about being on day 60. So
dang, it's been 60 days. We've been making. You started your job. I started doing my testing.
That's right. Because I got hired after we started this. Because we started back in November 5th.
Now, how long did it take for you when you put your application in there to hear back from them?
To do what?
Or your resume, when you submitted your resume to them?
I got hired on the spot. So I called like Friday, right? And they said come in Monday. And then I went Monday. They said come in Tuesday for training.
That's dope.
Yeah, I didn't anticipate. I was ready and willing to do day labor. Like, I enjoyed day labor because I didn't want to give them I didn't want to like think for nobody else. I didn't want to, like, you see how I'm telling you I'm thinking and I'm trying to catch up, and I didn't want to do that again. But I'm okay doing it because
most people don't say that though. You know what I'm saying? But you know your value. You know what I mean? So I put yourself in a position to think for somebody else when they're gonna get paid more than you.
Yeah, I definitely know my value, you know, but I'm okay. Like, I don't mind doing this for like for a nonprofit, like for Mr.
Mhm.
Muhammad specifically, because I just I rather like I'm just happy that I like where everything is going. Like, I like doing the work that I do and where I'm doing it at. I don't know that I don't know that I would have accepted the position. If I wasn't doing this, I would be doing day labor, literally,
Mhm.
because all I gotta do is show up and go pick that up. I'm gonna go pick that up. Go hang. I'm gonna go hang that up. Like, there's no thinking, like it's easy. You just go, and I was ready to be told what to do, and not have an opinion. Just I'm here to work. How can I help? But now that I'm
Right.
working with
And
young
then
people,
as soon as your shift over with, okay, it's 3:30, gotta go by deuces. It ain't your worry on who didn't show up. It's not your worry on who late. It ain't your worry on replacing this person. Like, everything is just good.
hmm but now working with the young people, like, I'm bringing that kind of personality into the job. But what that does is that when I leave, they shouldn't have like, things should still keep flowing, because the program culture, I'm trying to build a program culture that whether I'm there or not, everything's still happening. And I think that's my biggest gift to them. And I don't know that they know that yet. It's like, if you can get something going that can work without you, then that's like the best thing. That's the best way to do it. And that
Mhm.
means that whether it's me or somebody else that picks them up, like, the show got to keep on going. And then over the years, whether people come and go, the show got to keep on going, and it has kept on going in one way, shape, or another. But now I'm trying to bring it to a different level of quality, like this Teen Talk live show. Well, I hope it never ends. We're
Mhm.
gonna start with show one, and it will have a host on day one, and in 10 years, somebody else should be doing it. And that's what I'm
Mhm.
hoping to bring to this organization is like, all right, let's start like this E-League. Well, I'm gonna start it, but it should never end.
Mhm.
This athletic program, I'm gonna start it. It should never end. Like, there should we should
And I
the
peeped the
goals.
background when, like, on the in our in the class that we have on Tuesdays with each other. That's the background and the way y'all guys. I don't know if those monitors, PC monitors or televisions. I believe they're PC monitors, aren't they? Those are nice.
No, that those are like TVs that's those are the gaming TVs that we have
Those
in our.
are nice.
hmm
It's
Yeah, but
nice the way that it's set up.
that's in the teen game room. We have,
Gotcha.
if you go to the teen building, we have two TVs like that, but they're like 65, 70-inch TVs. They're huge,
Mhm.
with a baby grand piano with a baby grand piano and a what are they called? Baby grand and the grand piano. I don't know. I can't remember the names. But like a small piano and a big piano, like, it looks really nice. The teen building is really dope. So, like, we
Mhm.
rent it out at the moment. Like, it's that nice that we can rent it out for different events.
Mhm.
But yeah, so tomorrow, we got this game day event. I'm excited about it. You
Let
know,
me know how it goes, like, with the girls, like, distribute when they do their distribution.
so that they're not
Uh,
gonna distribute at the moment. They're just
they're
making.
just making them.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me know how that goes, like, exactly like what they decide, because, like, that was a project that we created. We haven't done it just yet, but I just want to see how, like, it turned out. I want to hear about it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, remind me, but yeah, I'll pay attention tomorrow because I don't exactly know how they're gonna distribute it.
Okay.
And
So,
then,
like, tomorrow they're just, like, creating it.
yeah, yeah, and then I do have opinions about it. See, it's like, um a lot of times people that are not homeless don't exactly know what homeless people want or need. Like, feminine products are good, but there's a lot of that out there. There is a lot of that out there. Like, I'm interested in like, we need lockers. Like, homeless people need lockers, like,
Mm-hmm.
and then they need showers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, but everybody, we can. Feminine products is also good. There's a lot of people that do that, um, And the thing about feminine products, they get lost easy. Like when you're homeless, like basically you live day to day in some way, shape, or form. Like, so it's hard to keep up with all your stuff. So like if you give someone a packet, they might just get what they need for that day and then toss it, you know. But a person that's not homeless don't really know that that's how some people think, because you know, unless they can hide it. But then there's not many hiding spots, you know, and then don't nobody want to carry with all that, you know. So now some homeless people do carry with all, like they'll get a shopping cart and carry everything. But then that's another level of homeless, because there's levels to the homeless. Like some
Do you
people,
think that some of the homelessness, because you know it's chronic homelessness, but do you think some of it mental issues play a part with it too as well?
yeah, huge, like huge, yeah, it's huge.
Because there's some people, like since I've been living here, the same lady, like she rides the bus and it's like she's been homeless, like, and rides the bus and stuff, but it's like it's programs here that will help her. And it's like, are you choosing to be like this, or is it like a mental thing, or
Yeah.
like I
Now
don't
here's the
know.
challenge. I don't want to say that people choose that, because if you gave her a set of keys to a house, she's gonna go to the house. If
Okay.
you give her a set of keys to a house and then you start giving her rules, then now that's the problem. So the rules are the problem. And
Got you.
that's the whole thing with everything. Like the rules become the problem. It's like if we don't, like, if you got a house that I can stay at, then just let me stay at the house, you know. But then people don't want to give anything for free. Is the idea is that we want people to earn it and work it. But if you know that that person has mental illness, let's put that in air quotes, just give them the house. Just give them the keys, you know. And then maybe you have a set of keys too, where then you go clean it or whatever. And then like there's ways around it. But I think there's a lot of people that choose to be homeless because of the rules. It's like, now if you go and give homeless person car keys and the house keys, I bet you they take it, and I bet you they leave the streets, you know. But then if they got to pay for the light bill, then they probably will just live in the house without the light bill. But if you pay for their light bill, I bet they use it too. You know, if you give a person everything, they'll use it, you know. So that's why I'm saying I don't think it's a choice as much. I mean, it is a choice, but what I mean is, like, if they had the choice to have a house, then they'll take it. Now, but the reason they don't is because it changes their lifestyle. I think that it's easy for a homeless person to get used to their lifestyle. Because, like, I mean, if you don't mind being judged, right? Like, if you're judged being, first off, you could be homeless and not appear to be homeless nowadays. You can get a gym membership where you can go take a shower, which is what I want to eventually be able to get to do, is like
you, like me, like I've been through a whole lot of stuff, and people always say, like, when they hear my story, like, you don't look nothing like you've been through. You know what I mean? Like, I can get dressed, do something to my hair, and go sit at a table full of women who've never been abused before, but no one will never know my story until I tell them that. You know what I mean?
Same thing. Now, I think what happens with homeless is, depending on if they get caught up on a drug, the drug will make them settle for bad hygiene. You know, like hygiene doesn't become so important because they really prefer the drug, you know, and then they'll just deal with the hygiene.
And then that's when they become like not up to par with their hygiene,
and then that's when then they're gonna get judged by other people and etc. But if you gave a homeless person all the tools for them to be clean and all that, even if they have mental illness, for the most part they'll take advantage of it. And another thing is just training on it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm really looking forward to getting this teen program up and going where it's on automatic. Once the teen program's on automatic, that's my next mission, is adults and then homeless, and then together if possible. But we need lockers where homeless can get locked, put their stuff away. We need to give them access to showers, whether it's giving them a $10 so that they can get a membership at Planet Fitness so that they can go get daily showers, you know. But yeah, it's just if they need to have a route. Like, okay, you wake up or you rest at this location. Meaning, let's say this church lets you use their parking lot where you can rest. And really, when it comes to rest, homeless people just need to be able to sleep without having to worry that someone's gonna hurt them or steal their stuff. So if a church opened up their parking lot, for instance, right, or created a space where people can be there at nighttime, and then they can have a staff person stay awake to be able to. So look, when I was out there, I had to be out there. When I was out there, I wouldn't sleep at night because that wasn't my style. Like, and then when I did sleep, I'd take turns with somebody else so that somebody's always awake. And then, but what that does is, like, as long as someone's awake, then you can kind of keep everyone safe, you know. And that's really what it is. Like, homeless people, like, a lot of time need to just get rest, but you can't rest if you're clutching on all your personal possessions or you think you're gonna get kicked out or whatever. So then people, then they go into hiding and then they go into the woods, and then it's like, then that's where then hygiene comes in. And then if it rains, so it's like, it's being able to solve these basic, if we can solve these basic situations for homeless and they know that they have an option, then it's not that bad, like, you know. But a lot of times the drugs makes their hygiene go bad, and I think that's what gives it the appearance of bad. And then if they're doing drugs, like, you know, if you have an addiction, like, you know, people let the addiction, you know,
like
but
take over them.
but then I think that's the illness, though. The addiction is the illness. And then how do we deal with people that have substance abuse problems? Well, let's put them in halfway houses, you know, meaning let's give them keys to a bedroom, you know, and then they can have their bedroom, and then we can have another, like, a staff member or adult that is responsible manage the house. You know, if the city wanted to solve homelessness, they could solve it. They just maybe don't know how. And I'm saying that is like, they spend money on things that aren't it. You know, spend money on things that are it. Like, just get them the apartment. Stop expecting things from them. You know, but people don't want to give nothing for free, and I get it. Get it. So, yeah.
But I ain't all the time. I ain't gonna hold you up no more. But
Right,
I'm
right.
gonna definitely like put notes down. I gotta wash my hands from messing with my hair. But I'm gonna put notes down and stuff. And then tomorrow we're gonna meet at the same time.
Yep.
Okay, and then we just gonna you want to just follow off the conversation instead of like going by agenda topic or.
What you know, you can choose an agenda topic.
Okay, if I choose some, tomorrow during the day. I'm gonna see if I can get someone to get them
Okay.
interviewed. Okay.
Okay, and I know, so work on that. That'd be good. And I know someone did tell me that tomorrow would be good, but I haven't touched base with him. Um, but either way, you know, find someone. That'd be good. And then we'll talk it out. We'll have fun with it.
Okay.
So, later,
Thank you. See you later. Bye bye.
Peace. Tune in. The Black Carrot Party presents the Real Talk Show, where we talk about friendship, love, and purpose. Friendship has everything to do with aura, love is a more, and purpose is about saving time. I am JRX36, and my co-host Alexandra Blockton. We did the intro at the outro. Welcome to the Taboo Free Talk Show, where we talk about anything and everything. I am your host, Crown Jules. We both need time to show that this is what we want and that this is no joke. Baby, let's prove it, yo. Baby, let's make them roll. Cause we be so in love, but do each other proud.
like a few minutes tonight. Tune out, tune out, tune out. The Black Hair Party has presented the Tower Free Talk Show and We Will Talk Show, an all ages alliance production featuring JRX 36 and your co-host Alexander Blockton. We will see you tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern. Take care now. Bye bye.